Welcome to True Projects. In this video, we are going to explain about the project title Generating Fake News Detection Model using a two-stage evolutionary approach. Before diving into the execution, let me give you an overview of the project. In today's world, fake news and misinformation spread quickly online, especially on social media. This can cause people to believe things that aren't true, making it hard to trust what they see and read. It can also divide society and cause conflicts. To tackle this problem, people are working on ways to find and stop fake stories and help people know what's true and what's not, making sure that information shared online is reliable and trustworthy. Traditional methods for fake news detection, like rule based systems and linguistic analysis, struggle to keep up with evolving misinformation tactics and subtle language manipulation, necessitating more adaptable and advanced techniques. In the base paper, the author has proposed two-stage evolutionary approach for COVID-19 fake news detection and a system that integrates two main approaches for fake news detection. The first utilizes count vectorizer with machine learning algorithms, including logistic regression, support vector machine, random forest, k nearest neighbor, navy Bayes, and decision tree. The second employs language independent BERT model with the same set of machine learning algorithms. These methods leverage different techniques for text representation and classification for fake news detection, aiming to improve accuracy and effectiveness in identifying misinformation. We have proposed ensemble methods like stacking classifier and voting classifier to boost prediction accuracy, aiming to offer a comprehensive solution for identifying fake news. This approach enables more precise and robust classification of news articles, enhancing the system's ability to combat misinformation effectively. Evaluation metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score are used to assess the performance of each individual model and ensemble technique, enabling informed decisions on which models to select for deployment. These metrics provide insights into the effectiveness of the models in correctly identifying fake news and distinguishing it from genuine articles. The system deploys the best performing model using Flask with the user authentication for secure access. This ensures privacy and facilitates user interaction, enhancing accessibility and usability for effective fake news detection. The project benefits new news consumers with a reliable tool for distinguishing between genuine and fake news, empowering informed decision making. News organizations enhance credibility by integrating the system for content verification, identifying deceptive articles, and maintaining trust with their audience. Society gains from combating misinformation, enhancing informed public discourse, and preserving information integrity in the digital age. To implement this project, we need software and hardware requirements. Hardware requirements of the project are operating system of Windows, processor of 5.5 and above, RAM of 8 GB and above, hard disk of 25 GB and above. Software requirements of the project are application is Anaconda, primary language is Python, front-end framework is Flask, back-end framework is Jupyter Notebook, database is SQLite 3, front-end technologies used in the project are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap 4. Algorithms used. These are the algorithms built in the project. We have built the algorithms with the count vectorizer and as well as with the language independent BERT model. So here, these are the algorithms which are built in the project. In this, these are the algorithms which are proposed in the base paper, which are logistic regression, support vector machine, random forest, k nearest neighbor, navy base, and decision tree. And these are the algorithms which we have proposed to further improve the performance. And here in the language independent BERT model, these are the algorithms proposed in the base paper, and these are the algorithms which we have proposed to further improve the performance. So we have built all these algorithms to compare the performance using different evaluation metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score. And the voting classifier outperformed the other algorithms, and that is the reason we have deployed it in the front end. Let me explain you what voting classifier is. A voting classifier is a machine learning technique that combines the predictions of multiple individual classifiers to make a final prediction. It works by allowing each classifier to independently predict the class of a given instance and then selects the class with the most votes as the final prediction. In the project, voting classifier combines the predictions of two individual classifiers, random forest and AdaBoost. Random forest constructs multiple decision trees and outputs the mode of the classes of these trees, while AdaBoost combines weak classifiers to form a strong one. By aggregating the predictions of random forest and AdaBoost, the voting classifier aims to enhance the accuracy and robustness of the fake news detection model, ultimately selecting the class with the most votes as the final prediction for a given article. Now let us execute the project. To execute this project, first we need to open the code folder which contains the project source code files. This is the dataset folder. In this folder, we have three subfolders, namely fake.mycovid19, output folder, and English test with labels. So here in this folder, we have fake news COVID-19 and real news COVID-19 files. Now let us open this data set. So here, this is the fake news COVID-19 data set. Here we have the type, fast check, archive, news URL. We are having the different news URLs. And here we have the title, news title, and here this is the content, which is the fake news. And here we have the abstract, and this is the published date. And here we have the meta keywords. So this fake news COVID-19 will be pre-processed and then it will be stored in the dataset1 file. Now close this file. Let's go back to the code folder. Now let us open real news COVID-19 dataset. So here, these are the different parameters, which are type, fact check URL, news URL, title, news title, content, abstract, publish, date, meta keywords. So this is the real news content of COVID-19. So this data set will be also pre-processed and then it will be stored in the dataset1 file. Now close this file. So this is the output folder in which we have test, train, and sample submission. So in the train file, we have the data set which contains the ID and the text. And here this is the target column, which is having two labels, 1 and 0. 1 is for real news and 0 is for fake news. So this data set will be pre-processed and then it will be stored in the dataset2 file. Now close this file, and this is the test file in which we have the text for both fake and genuine news. This is used to evaluate the performance of the models. Now close this file, and here we have the test cases. We have the ID and the target variable, which contains both 0 and 1. That is, 0 is for fake and 1 is for genuine. Close this file. And here, this is the English test with labels file. So here we have the tweet, and this is the target variable, which is having two variables, that is real and fake. This will be stored in the dataset3 file. Now close this file. This is the static folder. This folder consists of files related to CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. This is the templates folder. This folder contains all the HTML pages used in the project. It includes files like index.html, about.html, and more, which represent different pages of the website. This is app.py file. This .py file contains the information related to front-end logic. It includes code written in Python that handles server-side operations such as processing user requests, interacting with the database, and generating dynamic content to be rendered in the HTML templates. This is the data1 file, which contains the processed data from the COVID-19 file. So here we can see the content, and here we have the target variable, which is having two labels, 0 and 1. 0 is for fake news and 1 is for genuine news. And here we can see the messages. So this data set contains both genuine and fake news. Close this. And here this is the data2, which contains the processed data from the output folder, which I have explained earlier. Let us open this. So here we are having the text, and this is the target variable, which contains two labels, 1 and 0. 1 is for genuine news and 0 is for fake news. Now close this. And this is the data3, which contains the processed data from the English test with labels. Let us open this. And here we are having the tweet, and this is the target variable, which contains two labels, 1 and 0. 1 is for genuine news and 0 is for fake news. And here we have the messages. Now close this data. These are notebook.ipynb files. These are Jupyter Notebook files, which contains a combination of code, graphs, and outputs all in one place. It allows users to write and execute code in individual cells, making it a popular choice for data science. This is signup.db file. This file is the database file used to store user information. First, we need to copy the path of the code folder from the address bar of the file explorer. So here I'm copying the path. Now open the Anaconda prompt. Use the cd command followed by a space and paste the copied path and hit enter. This command is used to change the current directory to the code folder's path. Compile the app.py file using the command python space app.py. So here I'm typing python space app.py and hit enter. This command will execute the Python script and perform a runtime check for any syntax errors or logical issues. After running the app.py file, the Flask framework will host the application locally at the default address localhost, which is this, and port, which is this. Now copy this local link provided by the Flask framework. I'm copying the link and paste this copied link into any web browser. I usually prefer Google Chrome and hit enter. The homepage of the project is displayed in the browser. This is the front end built using Flask framework. If we are new users, we need to register first. So click on sign up button here. So here we need to enter all these details to register. But I have already registered. So click on sign in now. So here we need to enter the username and the password which we have registered and then click on login. We have logged in successfully and we are redirected to the prediction page. So here we need to enter the messages in the text box, and after entering the messages, the application will predict whether it is a fake news or genuine news. So from the sample text document, we will enter the message. So from here, I am entering this message. So this is the message which we have entered from the sample test cases. Now click on predict button. So here, this is the message and the label for the message is the news posted on Twitter is fake. So it is a fake news and the topic for the paragraph is most dependent upon these words. Let us enter some more messages. Click on prediction link here. So again, from the sample test cases, I'm selecting this message. Now click on predict button. So here, this is the message and the label for the message is the news posted on Twitter is real. So it is a real news which is posted on the Twitter and the topic for the paragraph is most dependent upon these words. So these words make the news real. So let us enter some more news. Click on prediction link. So again, from the test cases, I'm selecting this message. Now click on predict button. So this is the message which I have entered and the label for the message is the news posted on Twitter is real. So it is a real message and the topic for the paragraph is most dependent upon these words. Let us enter some more messages. Click on prediction link. Again, from the test cases. I'm selecting this message. Now click on predict button. So this is the message which we have entered and the label for the message is the news posted on Twitter is fake. And the topic for the paragraph is most dependent upon these words. So we have done this prediction using the dataset 1. Click on prediction link again. Let us enter some more messages. So here I'm selecting this message. Now click on predict button. So this is the message which we have entered And the label for the message is the news posted on Twitter is real. So it is a real news. And the topic for the paragraph is most dependent upon these words. So in this way, by entering the messages, we can predict whether it is a fake news or real news. Click on graph link here. So we are having graphs for all the three data sets, that is data set 1, 2 and 3. First, we will see the graphs of data set 1. So click on it. So here we have the sample outcome graph, which displays the distribution of labels. So here on the x-axis we have the class and on the y-axis we have the count. So here we are having two labels, 0 and 1. 0 is for fake news, 1 is for real news. And here we can see that the real news is having more count compared to the fake news. And this is the word cloud. Word cloud visually represents words in text data with the size of each word indicating its frequency or importance. So here we can see that the word COVID, using, security, protect, website, online, attacks, data, these words are the most frequently occurring words in the data. And here we have the comparison graphs for the evaluation metrics accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score. So here, this is the accuracy comparison graph. Here on the x-axis, we have accuracy score, and on the y-axis, we have algorithm name. Accuracy is a measure of how well a model correctly predicts outcomes. It represents the proportion of correctly classified instances among all instances evaluated. This is the precision comparison graph. Here on the x-axis, we have precision score, and on the y-axis, we have algorithm name. Precision is a measure of the correctness of positive predictions made by a classifier. And this is the recall comparison graph. Here on the x-axis, we have recall score, and on the y-axis, we have algorithm name. Recall is a measure of the classifier's ability to correctly identify all relevant instances from a data set. This is the FN comparison graph. Here on the x-axis, we have FN score, and on the y-axis, we have algorithm name. FN score combines precision and recall into a single value. It provides a balance between precision and recall, taking into account both false positives and false negatives. Now again, click on graph link here. Now we will see the graphs for the data set 2. So click on data set 2. So here, this is the sample outcome graph, which displays the distribution of labels. So here on the x-axis, we have the target variables, that is 0 and 1. 0 is for fake news, 1 is for real news, and on the y-axis, we have the count. So here we can see that the fake news is having more count than the real news. And this is the word cloud for this data set. So word cloud visually represents words in text data with the size of each word indicating its frequency or importance. And here, these are the comparison graphs for the evaluation metrics accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score. Here on the x-axis, we have the scores for the different evaluation metrics, and on the y-axis, we have the algorithm name. So the algorithm which is performing best will be used for prediction. Now again, click on graph link here. Now we will see the graphs for the data set 3. So click on data set 3 here. So here, this is the sample outcome graph for the data set 3, which displays the distribution of labels. Here on the x-axis, we have the label, that is real and fake. And on the y-axis, we have the count. So here we can see that the real news is having more count compared to the fake news. And this is the word cloud for this data set, which visually represents word in text data, with the size of each word indicating its frequency or importance. These are the comparison graphs for the evaluation metrics accuracy, precision, recall, and FN score. Here on the x-axis, we have the score for different evaluation metrics, and on the y-axis, we have the algorithm name. The algorithm which is performing best will be used for prediction. So in this way, just by entering the message, we can predict whether it is a fake news or genuine news. Now click on sign out button here.
Thank you for watching video. For more projects, please visit our website www.trueprojects.in. For updates on latest project videos, please visit True Projects YouTube channel and subscribe.